Alright, the next story quest is called Travelers at the Crossroads, given to us by Hythlodaeus. Once again, at the 12 Wonders of Elpis. Here we go. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Mercy? Will you continue along with us? I nod. Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back toward Anagnorisis. That word still, man. Still, man. That what trips me up so bad, 'cause it's made of. I guess you could say all words are made of, 'cause that's how language is formed. Gosh darn it. Baby. So we've been running east northeast along the pathway connecting the two floating islands to this in this section. We're back on the main. So the main floating big land is one big circle, and there's another somewhat ovular. It's kind of an oval that is crushed into, without, for lack of a better word. So like, you know how Venn diagrams have like circles that intersect and overlap? That's what's happening here. You got an oval and then in the southwest that is overlapping maybe like 1/3 of the oval, or probably less, maybe like a quarter to a third of the oval overlaps the the southwestern edge of this main circle that has the aetheryte that we have currently. There's another aetheryte to the northwest we haven't even come close to exploring yet. But yeah, still beautiful, still the occasional trees, very wide variety of trees and flowers and plants and bushes. Here's Hith and Emmett. From here, we follow the path northwards. There we go. To Notoneus. Nancy O, Tom O, Nancy E, U, Sam. Notoneus. There we will find one of the Neus, which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Right, we go north, like northwest. How I usually say it's north with a tinge of west. It's a strong tinge. But we actually have to go pure north to hit the stairway that connects this main land mass to the floating island to the northwest, which I think will connect us to another, because this is small, so it's got to connect us to another. Oh, no, yeah, we travel via, yeah, gotcha. Here's Hythlodaeus. Here we are, Notoneus. This Neus will take us to Kalimelios Zephyros. Kalli Mary ELIO Sam space ZE Paul HYRO Sam. The Western Island. Kalimelios Zephyros. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above. Cutscene, headshot. There's a... Oh, we just teleport. There's a circle with some runes or patterns on it and on the ground. and there was a little pillar, roughly as tall, look, a little bit taller than they are, almost double my height. And this
I
pillar,
present to you Calamelios Zephyros.
okay, pretty close. Um, the pillar isn't just like a square prism. It it's like, yeah, there's a square prism, but there's also like jutting out from each corner is like a thin slice, and then in the middle at the top is a blue crystal.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos.
How would I have pronounced that? Paul O-I-E, Tom E, Nancy. Poiton. Poiton? I'd probably say Poiton. Oikos.
Right then. Let's begin by...
We have a little Spriggan running at us.
Well. An Arraius.
Arraius. Spriggan.
How delightful.
Same thing. Whatever they call it. It's carrying a purple crystal. Almost the same size as it, but then it runs off. It's followed by a land...
what, pray tell, is that?
It's a land shark. It looks like a land shark. A big, beefy...
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago.
I'm pretty sure there was a cartoon of, like... You know how you have the Ninja Turtles? There was another cartoon of... I believe it was like land sharks. Like big, beefy sharks with feet and arms. Legs and arms, you know?
Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures.
Looks like.
Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
Yeah.
At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth.
Wow.
It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion.
Shark has noticed us
Here we are.
and is charging. It was chasing the Spriggan, but now it saw us and charges. Hythlodaeus looked kind of shocked, wasn't doing anything. And someone falls from the sky with, I would assume, their spear?
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
We have long, white, flowing hair, beautiful face, really, like, vibrant blue eyes.
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Vanar, that we should meet you here.
Okay. We flash back in our memory and...
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star.
She was wearing white robes in our memory, same face, same hair and all that.
Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Vanar. I think I may have seen that name before and pronounced it Vanat. Azem. I know the Azem steps, but I don't know what the Azem means. Is that like the previous leader?
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Ha! You know I am. Now then, you are?
Looks at us for a bit, closes her eyes, looks back at us, takes some steps forward.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
The other two are taken aback.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
My options are, that sounds rather like the blessing of light, or does it protect you from enthrallment by primals by any chance? Does it protect you from enthrallment by primals by any chance? So is she supposed to be Hydaelyn? Vana is Hydaelyn? Or becomes Hydaelyn?
Primals, you say? But I'm not familiar with such beings. But if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection. I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
I thought Hydaelyn...
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
I just kind of keep looking down.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
I just look down further, look back up, and say something.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
We have a stare down for a second. I look away, eyes closed, head down.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
I think you're allowed. Yeah, sure. Right, we speak to Vana to continue. My apologies, but before we can move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal and the quick-fingered Orias which made off with it. An Orias, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Orias. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind this and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Sure. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poitin Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Okay. I head west. Melanion. The chimera with massive, like, elk antlers. Best description I could come up with, and pretty accurate. Oh, I think it's pretty accurate. Scouring a pretty big red circle of area here. Looking for something. Oh, there's an ether current. Not that I need them a whole lot, because I'm not doing that stuff, but might as well get it when you see it. Smoke them if you got them. Back in the circle with you. Yes, I am. Right, I don't see anything over here. Let's get up in her. Y'all gonna make me go all out up in her. Y'all gonna make me act a fool up in here. Up in here. Couldn't really go that way. I'm gonna get some aggro probably. Deep grow. Get ready to throw down. There we go, we can go up here. Cool. That's what I was trying to find. A pathway up to the top of this grassy rock. Unless there's a cave, I don't think I'm gonna find it. Is it the whole point? Is it the point not to find it? But then, how do I move on? Here we go. I must have passed right by it. It's kind of hidden by a couple rocks. Just in case I have to go up here to find them. No, that was not necessary. So we go north-northeast. Let's see what you got. What do you got as far as damage? My Vanguard one. Well, so far, all it's doing is hitting me with claws. And it's dead. And we find Vana, Hith, Emmett, and a couple other people down the road a little bit. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Urias no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. Concept crystal handed over. The crystal? Well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? I have often been asked to do so, or traveling and searching go hand in hand. I've often been asked to do so. Oh, you too? Some of us seem destined to always be searching, for ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azam, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? I would. Alright, quest is complete, video is complete. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.